in the recent times, I mean, last 2 years, what happened, Asmita, you have seen that while on one hand, offline completely shut down in the context of schools and tutoring centers. So a lot of demand from offline went to online. Today, as we speak, offline is now opening up. Some of the demand that came from offline to online is bound to go back to offline, and that is bound to happen, and it is a natural thing to happen. As smart entrepreneurs across various sectors, you're already seeing that some are moving and opening up centers offline, and some are sort of to capture demand in the offline ecosystem. In order for one to continue the growth trajectory, and in order for one to sort of continue growing, there's a very clear need and a clear requirement for companies to find places where customers are. Now, as you rightly said, if the customer is going offline, you will see some of the online tutoring company or online K-12 company opening up offline centers. If you believe, and if there are customers who are in the tier 2 segment and tier 3 segment, folks will go to those markets and attract them. So there is the absolutely requirement for people to expand the market presence by getting into these markets, and therefore the product has to be very different, and one has to think of price point in a very different manner, and to attract the customer segment that are currently not coming in the ecosystem right now. In the higher education and the lifelong learning space, for people like you and me, if we have to do a program, our only option is to pick up something online. And therefore, when the ecosystem moved online, the higher education did not see a very significant jump up. And therefore, when the ecosystem and offline is opening up post-COVID, the lifelong learning space has not seen a demand getting out of the online space. One cannot run away and shy away from the fact that there is caution in the funding ecosystem, and people are cautious about what are they funding, how are they funding. The conversation has shifted from the TAM or the market size or growth to unit economics, profitability, and cash flows. The market is shifting from talking about not just how quickly will you get to profitability, but the conversation shifting to are you profitable today and tomorrow, and not at what point of time in future. And that's the reason why you're seeing a lot of these layoffs and these conversations happening, because certain companies had built a model which were not sustainable. You will have takers for right companies in the market, and the right companies with the right model will absolutely get funded. But the companies which are not built in the right manner will see an issue with funding, and will see an issue with sort of getting the right value for the organization.